Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake from robertoblake.com, helping you create something awesome today with my friend and special guest, Evan Carmichael. You guys probably know Evan from his popular YouTube channel. Evan, why don't you say hi to the community and tell them a little bit about what you do.
What's up, guys? I have a channel called Modeling the Masters. I think like Roberto, that entrepreneurs are going to solve all the major problems of the world. We're not going to rely on corporations and government. It's going to be us doing the work. And so I have a YouTube channel dedicated to trying to help inspire entrepreneurs and give you the tactics to succeed.
Evan, what do you think is the most important thing in being an entrepreneur today?
I think it's the same thing as always been. I think you have to have passion for what you're doing. I think too many entrepreneurs start a business, they open up, Inc. magazine of the hottest 100 companies to start this year, and they say, this is how I'm going to get rich. And if that is your only incentive, it's never going to work.
So it's got to be more than money that drives what you're doing. You have to have something that you believe in, obviously, and you also have to understand what the value is for the other person on the other end, right?
Yeah, if you look at the people who've had success in anything, and not just entrepreneurship, athletes, musicians, like there's a deep passion for the work that they're doing. Money is important, it has to be important, but there's something more important than money. And so you have to enjoy the work, you have to enjoy the process. If you want to have success as a YouTuber, you gotta like making videos. If you don't like making videos,
oh yeah,
there's no way you're gonna have success as a YouTuber. And so I think that's always been, and it's still tried and true, still the most important thing. I think another lesson to keep in mind is the quantity leads to the quality. I think too many times people expect to be really great at something, even though they may have good taste, they know what looks good, but when they can't go out and create it,
they get frustrated and they quit.
Right, exactly. It's like, oh, I suck, I can't do this. No, you just tried it once. Don't expect to be great at Photoshop the first time you pick it up and try it.
Exactly. Right? So it's about respecting the process more than anything.
Yeah, and understand the more you do it, the better you're going to get. Like every other thing that you've ever learned, from piano to soccer to French, whatever you start to learn, you suck at the beginning. So expect to suck, and the more you do it, the better you're going to get.
So they have to suck it up.
You suck it up.
so I guess what you're saying, and we talked about this before, is that quantity does lead to quality. You talked about the repetitions of being an athlete, of being a musician, of being a performer, and that's true. You have to do those things. You have to practice your instrument. You have to rehearse. You have to know your skills. Let me ask you something. A lot of people say that the reason that they can't really do what they want or start their journey is they say that they have a lack of capital, they have a lack of money, they're broke. What do you say to people like that who want to become entrepreneurs, but they feel that their barrier to entry is that they have nothing?
I don't have parents to support me. I don't have a college education. I have no connections. I'm from a poor country. Like, there's always excuses. And yes, some people have it easier than others. Some people are starting ahead of the game than others. But if you look at the people who've achieved top level success in any field, like look at the entrepreneurs you look up to, look at how they got started. Most of the most successful people got started with nothing.
That's true.
And so you have to trade in your excuses for work.
Yeah, excuses versus execution. It's like, yeah, I always say that if it's not an execution, it's probably an excuse.
Yeah.
I think that that's true. I'm like, shirts will be coming soon for that one, by the way. I'm not even kidding about that.
I like it.
New merch coming soon.
I like it. I want one.
Yeah, no, I'll mail you one. Like, what I think about the fact that, like, you see it all the time. Like, I had friends and contemporaries here in YouTube that started way ahead of me when I had 0 or 5,000 or 500 subscribers. I have friends who had 50,000, 100,000, and today, it's like, it's not a competition. I only compete with myself, but like, if you're measuring that kind of thing and comparing, I've surpassed my friends who started with every advantage versus me. They had every piece of camera gear already and every piece of kit. They had all these things going for them and everything like that. And then same thing, when I was a track and cross country runner, much more talented, gifted, physically athletic people than me. They won the DNA lottery.
Yeah.
I outworked them. Yeah. And that's why I became captain, and that's why I could beat them in a race. Is I wanted more. I would work myself to exhaustion. They wouldn't do the same pain threshold. With that in mind, let's say that someone is ready to do the work. They don't have the money barrier thing, or even if they do have the money barrier thing, they're not concerned about it. What do you say to people who say, I don't have the time? What do you say to that? Because time, we know, is real. Time is actually an actual real barrier to an execution. What do you say about that?
You make time for the important things in your life. So is it important to you or not? Like, time is the factor that you can't, like, everybody has the same amount of time. Right?
The most successful and the least successful person has the same 24 hours in a day.
Exactly. You can't, nobody's going to buy more time. And so you just have to make it a priority. So for me, you know what I value by looking at my schedule. If you look at my schedule and you see where I'm allocating my time, that's what I prioritize.
Right.
And so if it's important to you, you have to put it into your calendar. It's got to be a non-negotiable that you're spending time every single day on your business. And I'm much more a fan of spending time every day, even if it's half an hour to an hour every single day on your business, than once a week for 3 hours. I think you need to get that momentum going on a consistent
The momentum
basis.
and the consistency.
Yeah.
I agree. Would you say that if people are going to prioritize anything, that they should prioritize revenue generating activities?
If you know what your path is, yeah, like if you know how to make money, then go after it. You got to combine, like to have success as an entrepreneur, you got to combine the thing that you love to do with what the market wants.
Okay,
Those two
something
things
that
have to
serves
meet.
something that serves other people while
Right.
also playing to your strengths.
100%. If you have something that you love to do that the market doesn't want, you just have a hobby that fills the soul.
Right.
And if you're only chasing what the market wants, but you don't have passion for it, you're never going to make money or be good at it. So it has to be that combination. So figuring out the tweak as fast as possible to, yes, money, what does the market want? How to generate revenue, combined with what do I contribute that I really love to do.
Right on. You have a growing and successful YouTube channel with over 600,000 subscribers right now. You produce a lot of content. What would you say are maybe your top 3 tips for growing a successful YouTube channel, Evan?
I think consistency, super important. The reason why I won was because I put out lots of content. The guys who I was competing against at the beginning, they were making 1 video a week and struggling to find time to make 1 video a week. And I was making a video a day, and then 2 videos a day, and then 3 videos a day. We're at 3 videos a day. I've done 4,000 videos on my channel.
That is tremendous.
And I sucked at the beginning. Like, go back and watch my first videos. Just like I'm sure Roberto probably wasn't as bad as I was at the start. But
no, I was probably worse.
I had no natural talent for this. And just you better get good at something if you do it 4,000 times.
Right.
Anything.
There might be a bigger underlying problem.
Anything, right? So it's just from the hustle. But consistency, find the time to make it happen.
Consistency is number 1.
I would again say doing work that you're passionate about. You got to find a niche, an area, an industry that you're genuinely curious about, so that you want to explore, you want to pour everything into it. It doesn't feel like you're doing work. Like if you're looking at your clock saying, oh, is my hour up yet? That's not going to be something you're going to have long-term success with.
Exactly.
You got to get lost in it. And the third thing I'd say is model success. Find people who look like you, find people who've achieved what you want to do, and go back and examine their story. And
be a reverse engineer.
100%. Like you can copy them to some extent. You'll need to find your own twists and angles to make it uniquely you.
Well, when you're just getting started, I think that copying is okay. I think that people put too much emphasis on originality when you're getting started. When I got started drawing, I had to trace things to be able to learn how to properly do that line or whatever.
Agree.
When I wanted to learn, I had to try to see, could I perfectly replicate the Tasmanian Devil or Bugs Bunny or what have you, because that is a practical way to learn how to do something good, to do what looks good.
Yeah.
If I just keep doing doodles and scribbles out of my head trying to put pressure on myself to do something original, then I'm like cross-competing with effort.
Yeah.
Versus just replicating something good to get technique down.
Yeah.
So I think that modeling technique, modeling the masters,
Yeah.
modeling the technique of what's already good. I tell many of you who are creatives, designers, photographers to just look at a billboard or look at a great ad campaign and try and see how close you can get to replicating that. No, you can't put that in your body of work and say, hey, this is me, because you didn't come up with it. But you will also now understand exactly how to produce something of that quality so that you can put your original idea behind a proven process.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if somebody's watching and they want to be the next Roberto Blake, like they love all your stuff, they want to have merch, they want to have branding, they want to do deals, they could learn a lot by just copying everything that you're doing.
I'm putting it out here for the purpose of them literally stealing my entire process.
Copy the
and replicate.
process. And eventually you'll need to deviate a little bit, because the best you're going to be is a poor man's Roberto Blake, which is still at that's much higher level than what you're starting from right now.
You probably will make more money doing that than not doing that. So
100%.
I mean, I think that's a real thing.
So you copy and then you find your originality.
It's why I don't like conceal a lot of like anything I do. I reveal the process. I mean, if you guys want to know how to get like the video quality as good as I have and everything like that, I always put links to all of my gear in the description, which are affiliate links, so that helps out the channel. But it's a real service to you guys, because a lot of people, I remember I grew up in an era where no one would tell you what lens could produce what. If you didn't pay for a college class where a professor was selling that, no one was going to tell you. They wouldn't tell you what technique, they wouldn't tell you how to compose or crop or how to light, and they wouldn't tell you what gear they were using, because they were so afraid of you duplicating or repeating what they were doing, because they didn't want to compete. I don't compete with anybody, so I don't care. I don't need to make something that I feel is of value to you. I don't need to make that proprietary to be successful.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, nobody's going to out Roberto Blake. Like, it's not doable.
Yeah. Like, one, I challenge people to outwork me personally, but then two, you still have to be you and your unique style and your unique flair, and then people are going to like you on you. If you just try to be me, there are a lot of people who don't like that, so I don't know if that's going to work out. So,
So it was consistency, be consistent, follow your passion, and model success.
Yeah, and I think that's a good primer for success in anything you want to do in life, whether it's YouTube, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's your career. I think that all those things apply pretty much across the board. Let's do a quick lightning round, and
I like it.
Like, for fun, I'm gonna tie this back to YouTube, just because I think that's really interesting right now, because there's a lot of entrepreneurship in YouTube. There's a lot of opportunity there. Tell me, Evan, what is your favorite thing about YouTube?
The community.
The community, absolutely, definitely agree. What's your least favorite thing about YouTube?
Some of the tech can get annoying.
Some of the tech can get what? The algorithm?
No, not the algorithm. No, actually, I love the algorithm. Algorithm changes, I love. When people are complaining about algorithm changes, like, yes, you can fall behind and I'll stay on it and grow. I love algorithm. The whole, the 4 videos.
I do, because I get to make new videos every time the algorithm changes.
The 4 videos down the side aren't the creator videos anymore. It's like, great, that means I'm going to show up more in other people's channels.
You get more distribution, not less. Yeah. So that is definitely not the answer I or most people are probably expecting.
You should love change. Love change.
What's the best thing about being a YouTuber?
Impact, like the ability to have an impact on a wide range of people.
I love it. I really appreciate that answer too. That's what I'm in this for. I want to change the nature of how people think about creativity. Help people develop their careers and build their lives, their businesses. Nice. I know that's something that you care about too. What is the hardest thing about being a YouTuber?
The hardest thing about being a YouTuber? I don't know. I don't focus on it.
Okay, good answer. There's no wrong answer here. What would be something you'd ask YouTube to improve or change?
The most important thing to ask YouTube to improve or change. Well, we just had lunch. We were talking about the blab-like feature to add people to call in to a live stream. That'd be cool. I love YouTube for the community, and so when I do a live stream, it's great to see the people.
You'd like to be able to bring somebody that's watching you from the comments into the YouTube video, be able to have the permission to let them hop in the seat like a live video call-in show.
Video, for them to show in video format.
I dig that. I think that's something they should pay attention to. YouTube, if you're listening. Susan, if you're listening, we want that feature.
Make that the super chat. $50, you get to have the call in and ask the question. I want that.
Okay, that's cool. Monetize the heck out of that. All right, so what advice would you give to new YouTubers starting out?
Don't worry about how you get started.
So just get started.
Just start. Yeah, so many people worry about what's the first best step. There is no first best step. The first best step is to do something. Just start with what you have. Don't worry about the gear. Don't worry about all the titles, and don't worry about anything. Just start, film it, and then do another one, and do another one, and do another, and let the momentum build.
Nice. I want to end this with a deeper question for you. What, whether it's business and entrepreneurship or whether it's YouTube, what is your answer to people who are concerned about oversaturation and that everything's been done, or that their niche is already super competitive? What's your advice to them? What's your answer for them?
There's always room for quality. There's always room for quality in any field. YouTube is still pretty new. YouTube is not some ancient business.
Yeah, it's like a decade. Yeah.
But go to real estate, go to photography, go to old businesses. There's always room for quality in every single industry.
There's always room for disruption too.
100%. Most of the people in every industry are doing it in a mediocre way, and nobody can out you. Just like nobody can out Roberto. Nobody can out you. And so you got to bring a quality you to the front, and there's room to rise.
Absolutely, 110%. So, Evan, why don't you tell everybody once again where they can find you?
Best place is on YouTube. You can check out Evan Carmichael, or the official channel name is Modeling the Masters, and hope to see you there.
Thanks so much for joining me, Evan. Guys, there's a lot of tremendous advice that you can take from this episode, and also I really encourage you to go check out Evan Carmichael's channel. I kind of wake up with it pretty much every morning, especially Mondays. It's my Motivation Monday ritual, so I definitely encourage you to check that out. There's a lot of great content. I'm going to link a lot of that stuff up for you guys. Again, thanks so much for hanging out with me, Evan, here at ClamorCon. Thank you for all the great content you do. Also, guys, if you didn't know, I'm featured in Evan's book, Your One Word. I guess you guys can guess what mine is. It's awesome. And so is this book. So I'm going to link that up for you guys. It's an Amazon link. Again, that supports the channel. Obviously, that supports Evan. And I think that actually will help you guys if you're trying to build a business or you're trying to build a personal brand. There's a lot of good advice in there. I share a lot of personal stories and behind the scenes of like how I get started, what I think, what I'm doing. So until my book comes out, I think it's the next best thing.
Now, I also want to know, guys, what is your favorite thing about Roberto?
Oh, so that's our question of the day.
You do question. This question of the day. What is your favorite thing about Roberto? In the comments below.
All right, appreciate that. So guys, like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out Evan's channel. I'm going to link it up. As always, guys, thank you so very much for watching. And don't forget, go out there and create something awesome today, especially if it's something that you believe in. Take care.
I like it.
Boom.